Greetings wherever you are in the world today, and welcome back for another week of spiritual time with beautiful Doric Sellar of Light, Gladys Sellar,
Hello.
and Kerry Marie. Welcome back. Woo! So last week was interesting. That went off with a bang with Emma, did it not? That was incredible.
She's lovely.
Oh, Emma,
my goodness, she's just awesome.
She's amazing.
Just awesome.
And I just know so much people would have taken a lot from just that one video. If you know what I mean, it was a lot of intuitive insight in how they can help themselves and maybe question who they are.
Oh, I know. It was just, I was in awe of her.
Ooh.
And she's got to do so much good.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's hard to believe she's just awakened 3 years ago.
Oh, tell me about it. That, like, you know what I mean? Like
that, the look on your face. Because I knew some of it because I had a long chat with her when I did her reading. So I'm not even going to sell to Kerry because her face is just going to be awesome. So I do apologise, sweetheart.
No,
and things.
Not at all.
And I just thought, oh God, lassie, Ken, you're gone places, my queen, you can. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where she goes.
Oh yeah, I'm like so excited. I'm so excited for her. I can't wait to see what magic she creates. You know what I mean?
I know.
Everybody we've had on Spiritual Time, you'll probably agree, has just been so amazing and significant for the channel. And yeah, we don't have a lot of subscribers, and yeah, we might not have like thousands of followers or subscribers, but what we're doing is helping everyone, even if it out to one person, it would help. And that's our objective here. We're not looking for anything else other than to help people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think quite a lot of like YouTubers and everything, they start off well and then they get into this cycle where they just start losing what the pure intent actually is here. So yeah, that's our pure intent.
No, they would say, take your time, pace yourself. It's not a race.
No, it's not.
And I don't believe this is a race because the people it's listening to us and taking on board, we've had some nice comments. Okay, it's usually the same folk, but they're all taking something from everyone. Everything that we do. And you said if we can help one person to awaken.
And oh boy, see when you're awake, my God, honestly, do you know how I've been doing my spiritual work for so long, right? But I've basically been working on myself. I wouldn't say I've been putting myself out there. Sometimes I've tried, but I've never felt it was the right time to do it. And I've been like, for 15 years or so, I've been like doing spiritual stuff on and off.
On and off, aye.
My goodness, I was pulled out of that belief a couple of weeks ago and I fully awoke. And I can't explain what I mean by fully awake, but when you fully awake, boy, do you know that. Yes. You know it. You well and truly know it. You absolutely know it. And there's like, what I can say to people is, do your research. Look at the facts. Look at
the facts. Look how you're feeling and why are you feeling this way? Why is things changing around the bush? Go look at it. Go talk to people. There's people out there ready to explain things to you. In a way that what you will understand.
And take, when you're watching stuff, because there's so much things out there and people are going, oh, they're conspiracy theories and, you know, they've lost their marbles. But if you actually sit down and look at the facts and you sit and resonate with it, and if it rings true with you, then that's what you go with.
Exactly.
If it doesn't feel right, then don't go with it. But if it does feel right,
there's a lot of people who think things that just doesn't make sense to them.
No.
Well, just leave it. it's not your time to care about that. You know?
And some valuable information that Joanne said to me, she said, you know, when you do your facts and you go researching and everything, she said, just observe. Don't, because I think at this moment in time with what's going on in the world, I think people can get really deep down that hole and they can like lose their marbles a little bit, and you'll feel like going absolutely crazy with everything, that the facts and figures and all your research. You might actually feel like you're losing your mind a little bit, and you do. And the trick is to stand back and just okay, well that's happening out there. Just focus on what's happening with you internally.
I was just gonna want to say that. This last 5-6 months, I've literally took a step back and I've watched from outside, and I'm thinking, okay, right, this is coming out now. This is coming out, and this is coming out. But I've got to protect myself, and my family, and my home. And my little piece of heaven on earth, I protect that. And that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
You know? You've got to work on yourself. Because if each and every one person works on themselves, cleanses their aura, puts themselves into protection, and then we all pass that on, it's helping everyone.
Yeah, it's helping everyone. And this is interesting you say that, because what we're going to be talking about today, literally, guys, this video is dedicated for you today, so pay attention, because what myself and Gladys is going to talk about today is how to protect yourself, how to protect your energy, how to cleanse yourself, and how to keep yourself grounded. Because at times like this, and you'll probably notice there's been a little bit more hype in the media as surrounding the virus and other things at the moment that may create a lot of fear.
Oh, it's creating a lot of fear.
Yeah, okay. And the trick here is not to lose your mind with fear. Absolutely be safe. Absolutely be safe. We're not saying disregard anything at all. Just observe, take what resonates with you, but at the same time, you need to be protecting your energy.
Oh yes. And your energy is what we call the aura. Right? And that's all around us. It's aura's around everything, you know? And when people, I'll get put it this way, and a lot of you out there will understand what I mean. When you're working a while and somebody comes into a boot and you're thinking, oh no, here's moaning Millie. Oh no, what are they going to moan about? And you're sitting there and they give you all the woes of the day, and they tell you all this, and you're sitting there thinking, I want a fag. Give me a brandy. And the time to go away, you are just drained. What they have done, they have drained your energy. I wouldn't let nobody do that to me.
No.
Why? Because I'm in my little bubble. You know? And everybody laughs at me for thinking, oh, but I'm in my bubble. You know? You can moan away at me all you like. You can, whatever you want to say, it's got to bounce off me, because you're not getting in my lovely energy. You're not getting in my energy that I've worked hard to cleanse and to protect. Because that's somebody wanting all your goodness.
Yeah.
Your energy, which is in your aura.
Yeah. But they're not aware of it.
Dude. No, they're not aware they're doing it.
They're not aware of it. They're absolutely not aware.
You're being attracted to that person. Like, can they be attracted to me? Because they sense the light and the energy that I've got. So they're just saying, right, I'll just go to Gladys. Okay, she'll tell me what to do. Yes, I do. But I know that I'm not going to get affected. You know, because I've protected myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is. And then you're not feeling drained and down. And because a lot of people, now I've been working a lot with people just now, coming for readings, and we're talking, and I'm going, and I look at their aura, and I'll maybe see, oh dear, not much an aura there today, okay, or it's maybe just not the right feeling of colour or something that I'm not happy about, and we'll talk, and I'll just say, look, you're not protected. And I've had a lot of people going, stepping into their bubble, because that's what you do. Visualize a bubble, see yourself stepping into it. You can do it as many times you like, during the day, because that's your bubble wrap. Or, as my son says, you bubble wrap everything. Okay, more layers, better for you. Okay, and if you're going into a situation you're not too sure on, I do it all the time. I will make sure that I can feel myself going into back into my bubble, and I do it every morning.
Okay.
No matter what I've got on all the day.
So, see how you're talking about bubble. What do you mean by bubble? Because people be like, what is she talking about? A bubble? Like, what the hell is a bubble? Right. So, can you sit and explain to people what you mean by bubble?
Okay, what I mean by a bubble, walk in what a bubble looks like, right? We all know what a bubble is. Like, it could be like using like a crystal ball. That looks like a bubble,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you visualize yourself in there, you know? So in the morning, the first thing that I always do is put my slippers on. Before anything else. Slippers have got to go on. Like comfy feet. Grungy as well. And I know when I put my feet into my slippers, I know that I've just stepped into my bubble. I don't have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like opening a door to the crystal ball, getting yourself in there. If you can visualize that around you, you're protected.
Okay.
Because you're going to let nobody into your bubble unless you want them.
No. But before they get into a bubble, would you say it's really important to set the intention to be protected?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Go on, and you explain the intention.
So intentions are really quite important. So it basically helps. The best way to describe an intention is basically to put pure heart and love and emotion into what you want to create. So if you want to create a sacred space for yourself, or a space where you're going to feel protected, you obviously have to put that intention into that. You can't just go, I've stepped in my bubble, I'm protected. You have to, before you step in, I set the intention to step into my bubble, to be protected from negative energy, cleanse my energy with the aura. You can basically have a brilliant day, have a focused, you can set whatever intention you want to set before you step into your bubble, but mean it. Words need to have emotion behind it. Emotion is so important. So important, and it needs to be of pure heart. And what I mean by pure heart is good intention, because we all have a side, we all have a dark side, so we always need to put good intention into good pure heart into our intentions before we actually do anything. And that varies throughout the whole as well. Before you read your cards, before video, we've always got to put in good intention before we do anything.
It's like if I know, like obviously weekend when we're going to be doing this, because obviously we've got to be sitting at a certain time. So before even you come across on, I've already put an attention out. This is the day we're going to be doing spiritual video, spiritual time video. We need the attention out there that this is going to help people in the world. Yeah. This video is to help people with love and light. And if we help one person, we've done our work. And more is better, but I always say, you get one, it always passes on. Yeah. Right? Now, every day, it's just an automatic thing with me now. Because I've been doing this for so long, you know? But if I'm going anywhere, and like, for instance, my car, if I'm going somewhere, and I'm not sure where I'm going and that, I always, when I'm in my car, I call my car my bubble anyway. That's bubbles anyway. As the grandkids will tell you, that's grinning and bubbles, or Nana Gigi with bubbles kind of thing. But when I'm in there, and I will say, and I will put attention on, right, I'm going to Inverness today, but I want to be there in protection and care and love, and I want to come home safe and sound. You see? And I've put the protection around my car, and I've told them where I'm going and what I'm doing, you know? So I put it out all the time. It all depends, because everybody's different. And I always stress this. Everybody's different. Now, I'll give you an example. I'm not going to mention names, but I'm working with this lassie just now, and she was telling me, I've only worked with her 1 week, she's doing my class, And she says that when she feels, when she's in the morning, and when she's doing her bubble, and she's going in there, and she's putting out what she wants to do that day, she says she's feeling so much better. You know, she says that she feels different, and even her husband's seen the difference in her. Yeah. So it does work. You know, how much you put into it is always how much you're going to get out. So the more attention you put in to your protection, the more you're going to get, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And everything works on energy. So we basically, like you said, your aura, it's, in the scientific terms, it's called the total field. So the universe is basically a field of toros, right? So we have a total field, which is our aura, which is connected through our chakras. We talk about chakras in one of our videos. I'll leave the link for it on top of this. So your total field is connected to your chakras, and then it connects to the total field universe, and anything around you has a total field. So whenever you put out that good intention, that then connects to the other total field, and the good intention carries on. It's like an effect of dominoes. So when you set your good intention and your protection and everything, it then carries on. It then carries on. Does that make sense? So you need to be aware of it. You need to be aware of it, especially with your thoughts. Your thoughts are really, really important, and your thoughts can affect your reality. It's been scientifically proven. Now, I mentioned previously a film called Superhuman. Superhuman will absolutely describe to you how thoughts can affect your reality. Well and truly. Absolutely well and truly. It's an incredible film. It woke me up even further than what I was already awake to. Does that make sense? And I absolutely recommend. I'm not plugging anything. I don't get paid to speak about this or anything like that. It's just a film that I think that would help all of you out there, that if you watched it, your mind would be actually blown.
It's like the power of the mind is, a lot of people didn't realise what they've got up in here. The power of thought. The power of thought is just awesome. You know? It's like you can yourself, you think about somebody you've maybe not heard about or you've not seen for a long time. And the next thing, either you can go to your shop and find you bump into the person you were thinking about. Or you get a phone call. You know what I mean? You've already put that attention, you want to speak to that person, or you're thinking about that person. So you'll meet up, or something will happen. The tensions went out. What you put out there, but good thoughts is the best thoughts. And I'm not going to say I am not perfect. I have, yes, I can put good thoughts. I do have a few bad thoughts, but when I put them out, I will always say, but that was real love and attention.
Yeah.
And I always put it out. And I always say, for the reason why I said it, or I thought it.
Yeah. I agree with you there. In one way, I've said with your negative thoughts, and what I've learned over the past 6 months is, when you receive a negative thought, okay, acknowledge that negative thought. Be aware of that negative thought. Let it pass. Let it pass. Just go, okay, thank you for coming. I am aware of that thought, and I send you on your way. Love and light. Love and light. Yeah, you've got to, like, when you start understanding a little bit more about yourself and you become more aware of the thoughts in your mind, okay? We're all human. We all have negative thoughts. We all have fear. We all have panic. You know what I mean? When you become aware of that, you can instantly calm yourself down. And you can calm yourself by changing that thought. So flip it. So whenever that thought comes into your mind and you feel like you're going to lose your marbles and you're going to be angry, and this has worked with me really, really well, because my God, I was so fiery, and I full-heartedly admit that I do sometimes have a temper, and I do sometimes lose my shit, right? I absolutely admit it. I'm not perfect. I am human, and
there's no one perfect, Kerry. No one's perfect.
No, there's no one perfect, right? But the trick is understanding how to deal with that emotion, okay? Because we are emotional beings. That's That's a given, okay? That's the human experience. So when you receive this thought, the trick is to flip it. So if you're living in stress, constantly living in stress, okay? What you've got to do is like, oh my God, I need to get up and I need to do this and I need to do that. This is what my life used to be like. I used to get up and go, I've not got enough time in the day. I'm freaking out. I've got to do this, this, and this. I've got to get my housework done. I've got to cook dinner. I've got to like bath kids. I've got to like, where am I finding all the time? I don't even have time for myself. Okay, that's when people put your brakes on and sit and go, what the hell are you doing? And just breathe. Turn your stress and anxiety, flip it. Now, it's really hard. It will take practice. It will take practice.
There's a good way of flipping things, and that's write it down, right? Like, write your day down. Like, my diary is full of little things, right? And I'll be saying, right, I went to, well, before I even, we started doing, I had to go into Aberdeen this morning on a quick in and out. But I've got my day planned, right? If I can't manage something, it's been planned that day. I just stress out. There's always tomorrow.
Yeah, there's always tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow. Yeah, and something I always do. I will always take between 5 and 15 minutes in the day for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get longer, I take it.
Yeah.
But I always make sure at least up to 15 minutes. And I'll sit. I could be sitting in here in the chanty, or I could be in the bathroom. You know what I mean? But I'll be taking that time to myself.
Yeah.
And that is a positive thing. The more positive things you can do for yourself helps stress.
Oh, yes.
And Kerry, you know me, I have a great thing about writing things down. And that's why if I lost my diary, I would lose an error. You know? Because I write everything down. You know? And if I've not got nothing written down on a day, I'm going, oh, okay, if I got a free day today, you know? Yeah? Have I really caught up with everything?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I do some days like, I can't be bothered doing my housework. I'll leave it till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And I know what you were like. You always were running around, chasing your tail, as we would say. Huh? But it's stopping that and realising you're a person and you need the time of yourself. And the more time you can give for yourself, you de-stress. And you sometimes don't even realise you're doing it. Because you're taking that wee bit a minute, 15 minutes or whatever it is, out of your day and sitting. It's like sitting saying, right, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. You know?
Yes.
Then I run about with that cup. Take that cup of coffee and sit down and enjoy that cup of coffee. That is de-stressing you.
Yes.
Things you can do that de-stresses you, it puts you into such a more positive way of thinking, and you didn't even realise you're doing it.
No, you don't realise that you're doing it, but see how, like, when you get really, really stressed and you feel like you're going to lose your mind and you're going to explode, right? And you feel like a burst of anger is going to come out of you, okay? What to do? Try and catch that emotion before that emotion gets released. And that's been a huge, huge learning curve for me, is catching my emotion. So I catch it now. It's still a work in progress. I've not perfected it, and I'll never perfect it, but I'm aware of it. So what I try and do now is I try and catch it before I lose it. And then when I catch it, I just breathe through it. So it's like, deep breath in, just keep deep breath in, and don't care what anybody thinks, right? Do not care what anybody thinks. People are allowed their opinion. You love and respect that, and that's okay. No judgment here, okay? You're not allowed to judge, right? Never judge, okay? Never judge yourself. Love yourself.
That's right.
And just take that emotion, breathe through it, and then what I try and do is put myself back to a happy place. So I'll either think of a happy thought, or I'll go, right, I'm away to put on some music, or I love learning about lots of stuff. I'm just I seep in all this information on a daily basis. I absolutely love it. Learning is my forte. I can't get enough of learning about anything and everything. And I'm not talking about maths or anything like that. Anything to do with how people can help their bodies and their energy, and how to cleanse their energy, and how to connect to the spiritual not the spiritual realm, but the universal realm, how to connect. All this stuff absolutely fascinates me. I've spoke about previous people that have helped me along my journey. So you flip it. Now this is shown in Superhuman visually. How Matt, if you've not watched it yet, you need to watch it. It's friggin' incredible. So you can visually see it, and you see the woman, right? He puts on these electrodes on her head, and he's like, think of stress. So she's thinking of a busy day where she's thinking, and you actually see on the screen. The screen goes absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And he's like, right, calm it down, think of a happy thought. And then you just see this, you see it calming down, this fluidity starts flowing, and then she's at pure peace. And you can actually see it on the screen. You see this on Superhuman. Incredible. And that basically, it's doing that because if you're constantly living in fear, stress, anxiety, panic, worry, you're going to attract people like that towards you.
Right.
You will and truly. You're going to attract situations that are going to heighten that. So the trick is just to calm yourself down and flip it. And it's hard. I'm not saying you're going to be able to do it overnight. It's a practice.
It's practice.
It's practice.
It's practice.
It's practice. But even if once a day you're aware of a thought, you're achieving, you're getting there. And then the more you start being aware of your thoughts, the more aware you become. Does that make sense?
Right. Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm very aware of my thoughts. You know, my thoughts that are coming in through the universe, I'm very aware of them. You know, and that's because everybody says, why are you always so happy and that, and you didn't seem stressed, and I'm not saying I didn't get stressed, I do, but I'm just like you, I will turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
You turn it around, you deal with it, you think, okay, why am I feeling like this just this moment in time? What has caused this to happen? Why am I feeling like it's? Question things, always question things, always question how you feel.
Absolutely. Question how you feel. Well and truly question how you feel. And it's really recommended, right, that you get at least 15 minutes of sunlight. And I know it's difficult in this area of the earth that we're at the moment. Scotland's not the most sunniest, right? But you get 15 minutes of daily sunlight. You get a little bit of exercise. I'm not saying go to the gym. I know it's difficult at the moment because I don't think gyms are open.
I think they're not opening next week or something.
Okay.
I don't I'm getting all confused.
Exercise, and it doesn't have to be that you go to the gym and get exercise. You can dance 15 minutes. Yeah, so that's another subject. Or connect with the earth. Take your shoes off. Walk in your grass. Go down to the beach. Go for a 15-minute walk, and you'll feel completely refreshed. Not only that, you've received some UV, fresh air. If you know what I mean, if you live next to a sea, absolutely amazing. You're very blessed. Like, I am so blessed. I've got the sea literally at my back door. I can see it from the girls' bedroom window. I'm blessed in that sense. So me and the girls often take a walk now down to the beach and along the seafront just to get that fresh air, and it benefits them as well.
Well, it's not only that, it's also cleansing your aura.
Yeah,
your energy.
Yeah, it absolutely cleanses your energy. So guys, absolutely recommend you to try and at least get 15 minutes of daylight. Okay, don't be homed in your homes all the time, especially if you're working from home. Just take that 15-minute break, your 15-minute lunch break. Go outside, put a coat on. If it's raining, who cares?
It's good for you.
Yes, go outside and connect with the soil and feel that.
See, that's where I get mine, is the garden. You can use the sea. Well, I'm a good half an hour for the sea, right? But my garden's my thing. Yeah, just working the soil, get my hands dirty, you know, and just feeling it, and listening to nature. Get back to nature.
Completely calms you down. Now, I never, seriously, if I had known this years and years ago, I maybe would have been a lot more calmer and little less stressed, and probably wouldn't have attracted so much negativity in my life. And I probably would have been a much more positive person. Does that make sense? And I would have been more aware of my emotions and how to control them. So it's when you start oh crap, you'll go through a realization and go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I know where I went wrong there. You do open your eyes
You do.
when you start.
And there's so much people at this moment, Kerry, opening their eyes because of the lockdown, because of the situation the world's in just now. A lot of people are opening and they don't know what to do next. First thing, de-stress yourself, get yourself in a happy place, protect yourself. That's the first thing to do.
Yeah, it's absolutely first thing today. Today.
You're talking like me, right?
Like, I'll often go out in my garden, and not always, because sometimes I do forget. I get caught up in our phone's going. I do get caught up in like daily life. We all do. We've all got things we need to get done before the day ends, and you do forget to take that time for yourself. But it's becoming aware of that. So I do often go out in my garden. And I do have a wee walk around and everything, and calm myself down when I feel like I've got a wee bit of anxiety or I'm on my way to lose my shit. It's real, like it's important that you catch it. It is really important, and you'll start seeing your life improving. Sorry, Ma, I keep talking. You start improving. You start feeling a bit better about yourself. You start loving yourself. You start being more aware of your thoughts. You start, being a little bit more confident. And you just start to flourish and bloom. But another thing that's really important is you've got to be aware of the foods that you eat. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water.
Oh, water's a key thing. Water is a very key thing.
And if you can get clean water, that's really important. By clean water, I mean no fluoride or anything in it, because that can have an effect on.
That's pretty hard these days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard. It can have an effect on your pineal gland. If do the research, Google it.
Go do the research. Take a little bit and learn something, and then move on to the next. We're not telling you to go out and try and cram everything in and they understand it. That would be the worst thing you can do.
Take your time. Take your time.
And I'll tell you another thing. Again, we're going on to the food things. But a lot of people in this year have went and got themselves pets. Cats and dogs and whatever. Something to de-stress with an animal.
Yeah.
If you can. Okay, you've got a dog and a rabbit, and we've got to deal with. If you've got a pet, and you can someone sitting with them. If they didn't get very stressed out. Well, my one, but anyway.
No.
You're sitting here lying and just listening to your speaker.
No. People lose our marbles if somebody's approaching us, but that's just because she's very protective for me and the girls and the rabbit. My God. And nobody can get near the rabbit. She's so protective over her. But yeah, I agree with you there. Like Pip will come up and it's just it's just a zen. It really is just a zen. So that's important in terms of protecting yourself from your own energy and your own thoughts. That's a form of protection.
It is. There's lots, but also you've got to cleanse. It's all right protecting, but remember and cleanse.
Cleanse.
So the cleansing can come in many forms. All right, you can use your sage as a one thing for cleansing. Sage, if you've got sage sticks, Oh, there she goes.
There you go. So here's what I use, guys, okay? And I bought this. It's like a beginner's kit, a sage kit. And I'll leave the link for Amazon where you can purchase it, okay? So you can go and buy yourself some sage. So basically, I use different types of sage. I haven't got my other stick. So this is the Californian white sage. That's very good for protection. So that basically cleanses your auras. So if I light it up, hold on a minute, I'll just light it up for you. Really, really good. I love sage. But I've also got something else here, and I can't remember what it does, but it's another form of cleansing. And I sometimes use Palo Santo. And it's lovely. It's got a nice, sweet smell to it. All it is just a form of wood. I'll show you once I do that. So it's a really nice strong smell. So what I do is I set the intention to cleanse my chakras, to cleanse my aura, to basically remove any attachments, entities, negative energy that's within my total field, my aura field. And I just basically just envision in my mind's eye, my third eye, all my chakras being opened and being cleansed. Then I go around my whole thingy, my whole aura field. Okay? So I do that. I love this smell. It's ace. And it's just, and you can do this with your house as well. You can go around your house, all four corners, and you can just basically with your little shell, and you can just shake it and set the intention for any negative energy that's residual in your living space to be removed and to be filled with lots of positive energy and light. So that's one way to cleanse it. This is my Palo Santo. You can see that I love this. I've used it very well. So I normally use this one before I go to bed at night. And I cleanse my energy then. So it's amazing. And no, we haven't lost our marbles. This is really good for you.
And do you know that? You can also add...
Yes. Now, singing bowls. Let you hear this one.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but my dogs are looking at us and saying, what's going on now?
Okay, so this. I love this.
I love the singing bowls.
Hold on, I'll see if I can make it sing. Will I make it sing?
Go on, because I can't, that's one thing I can't do, just the work.
You hear it?
Right. Well, I'm hoping to get somebody on it who can really make these things bowls work.
Yeah. So singing bowls work on frequency.
That's right.
So because you're an energetic field, you work on a frequency also. We're like radio antennas, like Emma mentioned last week. We work on frequencies, okay? So your singing bowl can cleanse your frequency, and this is what I do to help people cleanse their chakras.
Right, I do that.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of cleansing chakras recently on people that I know. So what I do is I sage them, and then I basically use my amazing little pendulum. I'll show you this. This is Michael, my pendulum. Okay, say hi. So Michael, I purchased from the Doric Sellar of Light, Gladys herself, if you can see. Okay. So it's a chakra pendulum. So what I do is I speak to him and I just basically say, like, Michael, can you show me the sign for an open chakra or a closed chakra? So he'll give me a sign, and then I'll just hover the pendulum over it, like a certain chakra, and it'll go away, and it'll tell me if that chakra is blocked or not. And I do this with myself quite often now. Never used to, but I do now. And I basically check to see which chakras are open, which chakras are closed. Then I'll go around with the singing bowl to each chakra, okay? Especially the ones that are closed. Always sting the chakras that are open, just a little bit, just to cleanse whatever's there and just open it a little bit further. And then I just sit and ding it, and I normally ding it for 4 times, but you'll know when it feels completed. You'll either see it in your mind's eye, or you'll get a knowing, or you'll feel it, okay? And then once I've done that, this is the way I feel right for me, okay? Everybody's different.
That's right, I was going to say, because I'm going to do mine like Kerry. I'll tell you how I do mine in a minute.
And then I go back over, once I've done all that, I'll go back over with my sage, and I'll basically set the intention for my chakras to remain open, protected, and cleansed. And that's basically how a daily basis, I try and do it on a daily basis when I remember, and I don't get so caught up in trying to do everything. I'm starting to take that hour to myself just to work on my energy and stuff. That's really important. So I sit and do that every day. And then I'll just sit in a meditation for 5-10 minutes, just calm myself, be aware of my breathing, calm myself down. And I normally do this before I go to bed each night when the girls are in their bed. And I just calm myself down, and I have the most peaceful, restful sleep, even if it's only for a few hours, because some nights I'm a bit of a night owl and trying to get everything done in one day, still learning. And I wake up really refreshed. I don't wake up as tired and drained and lethargic and I hate the world, and you know what I mean? I don't feel as bad as I used to feel.
It's amazing when you start working on yourself. Now, Kerry uses all that. I didn't use nothing to cleanse my chakras, because every day I work on my chakras. Mm-hmm. Because when I start working, I have to feel my chakras. Mm-hmm. So I can use my little crystal wand, you know, because that is all full of crystals, all full of healing. And I've seen me run it up. I'm now and again I will use my singing bowl. But I use my singing bowl more for cleansing the houses, moving spirit, cleansing people's auras. I will do it that way. But for myself personally, when I open up and I talk to my guides every day, I will start with the base chakra and I work up. I take one at a time and I literally feel them spin. Mm-hmm. And I can feel it in my body. Mm-hmm. Now, if it's not a very big spin, if it's not like it's on the full cycle of a spinning in the machine, I thought, okay, is something wrong here? If it feels like it's slow and sluggish, I know that there's something wrong with that chakra, and I work up every one. Mm-hmm. And and I put my hand over it, and I can feel them. Mm-hmm. As I go. But I've been doing this for such a long time that I can automatically do it.
Yeah.
And I can feel them, and I can feel them opening, and I can feel them shining. You know?
Yeah. You get to that point, and what I also do with the pendulum is I go through people's auras. So hold on, right. So you can say, I'm not moving this.
No,
so just ask the pendulum to go through my aura, my energy field, okay, and pick up anything that's maybe negative or lying within my energy field. So it goes round and it goes round, and I'll go up through my chakras, and I'll go all through, basically see it. And when I notice it, like feeling a bit sluggish or it's not moving so well, like it's
right.
dormant like that, I just get the sage out and then I just ask for that negativity to be cleansed, to be cleared. And then I'll go back over just to see if it's worked, and if it hasn't worked, we'll do it again. And
the other thing that you can use, and everybody does this every day, you're standing in the shower.
Yes!
Standing in the shower. We've got a shower.
I do it as well, and I've started doing it at night time because I the way I do it, people be like, she's lost it. I haven't, but I've started using my mind now and doing it. I used to have to feel the reassurance of shouting it out, but I do start using my mind, and the shower is really good for that.
Well, the shower is fabulous. Just standing and letting the white, visualize your shower is on you, but it's white light coming straight from the universe. Straight, dude, cleansing and protecting. Cleansing and protecting. Give me the cleansing, give me the protection, and you're in there. Yeah, you can shout things out if you want and ask for things, but think about it, it's going right over you and it's going down to your feet. It's going under your feet. It is cleansing everything. It is power.
Oh, it's power.
It's power.
And when you're cleansing, imagine all that dark, negative energy wash down the plug hole as well. That's why. So when I'm doing that, I basically ask to be cleared, and then once I feel, I envision like a hula hoop around me, and it's white light, and I pull it right down through my chakras to the bottom of my feet, and I just, in my mind's eye, I say clear, and I see all of my chakras being cleansed. I see all the negativity falling away from it, and it goes down the sinkhole. And I ask that to happen 4 times. But before I do it, I say 4 things in my mind. I say Christ shield up. Now, what Christ shield up is the Christ consciousness grid. It's the crystalline grid, if I remember right. And it's a 12D dimensional grid, and it basically protects you from any negative energies that could be around. So it basically protects you from that, and then I cleanse myself. But I also say a incantation to 4 corners of the room. So no bad, I'm not going to say it on here, but if you want to know, then give us an email. But I basically say 4 incantation, no, forget it, I'm going to say it, I'm allowed to say it. So basically what I say is, she's laughing. She's laughing.
I'm sorry. It's what I can't say it.
Okay, now I'm trying to remember it. Now I forget it, and then as soon as it clicks in, I say it automatically. Right. Only those beings that exist of the highest order of light may stand in my presence. And I basically say that 4 times to each corner of the room before I do absolutely anything, before I cleanse, before I read cards for myself, before I go to sleep. And you can actually create a sacred space with your crystals in your 4 corners of your room. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And there's a guy that I'll leave a link. His name's Ryan. He's from Unite the Collective. He's really interesting. He's crazy. He's wacky. You'll probably watch him and go, what the hell's this? Go with it, because he's one of the funniest guys out there, and he's so attuned and makes so much sense. You've just go with it, and he actually shows you how to cleanse your energy in certain ways. But also Joanne Dunn.
Joanne's brilliant with her energies.
Oh, definitely. Joanne's just about to start a 21-day challenge in cleaning your energy. Okay, there's a little bit of an energy exchange, a money transaction, but it's called energy because money is energy. So it's an energy exchange. So what I'll do is, if you're interested in joining that course, because Joanne is taking people on, and you become part of a group, and she gives you tutorials, you get a handbook, you get you basically fill out your handbook every day, just so that you're starting to connect with your own energy. It's really good, and you'll start cleansing yourself. You'll start being more aware of how to cleanse yourself. You get all of that from this course, and it's a 21-day challenge. It's just a workshop. It's not an actual course. It's a workshop. And basically, I'll leave the link in the description of this video.
You did that
for our Facebook page, and contact her, and she'll get you on board. Because I think it's really, really important.
It is. The thing is, everybody, it's like us, and deals with chakras and deals with cleansing. We've all got our own special space to do it in. Like you, what you're doing is right for you. It wouldn't maybe be right for me. So I do mine's my way. But we all get there in the same thing, and this is what everybody's they're saying. Oh, I've got to get a singing bowl. I've got to get sage. I've got to get this. I've got to get that. You don't need to do that.
12 hours.
Oh
no.
You don't need to get a pile of stuff to do this. If you've got your intention, the universe is hearing you. You've got the intention to cleanse, to protect, to help others. They'll help you do it. It's as long as you've got that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's basically letting go. So you're basically what's the word that I'm looking for? It's basically letting go and just saying, I'm ready for service to myself and others, and just let it go. Just let it go. Watch the magic unfold.
Aye. It is. It's releasing yourself. You're releasing yourself of the shackles that has held people where they are. You're releasing them shackles when you are giving your attention to the universe, to let them help you, to help you get through things, to help you move on to the new world, to help you take that another step. Because we're all tied. But you still got your feet on the ground. You still got to keep your feet in the ground. You can't be floating about everywhere. It's not good for you. But you still got to keep your feet in the ground. But the thing is, we all got our own way of doing everything, you know? And it's just taking a little bit at a time and seeing how you feel with that, and then move on to the next thing. You know? That's what I've learned over the years. Just Take it easy, you know. And I know the world has changed a lot this year. 2020 is definitely the year of change. But, and there's still more to come. You know, it's not going to finish in Hogmanay, that's for sure. When I finish in Hogmanay. But
No.
if we are all protecting ourselves and we've all got the intention to do good by others, and we'll all do our own little bit, that jigsaw puzzle, we'll all form around the world, and we will lighten this world, and we will lighten each other and heal each other. You know, and they follow like a bunch of sheep and listen to us a lot of crap that's being said just now. You know? Pick out, ladies and gentlemen, the things that you feel is right for you. You're not a sheep.
No, we're not sheep. And what we mean by that is do your research. Do your research, look at facts, look at figures, and don't believe everything you hear or see in the media. That's all I need to say. And what I mean by that is Google it, do your research. Absolutely well and truly do your research. And just do what resonates with you, okay? But obviously, be mindful, have love, have compassion.
Oh, yes. And another thing about the media, listen to the live things. Don't go for the things that's been recorded, because they're not telling you the truth when there's a lot of things recorded.
No.
And we're living a bit of a sad time, but we all can build on this. We all can build on this. But protect yourselves, everyone. Protect yourself and your family. You know, and remember about these bubbles. I'm going back to my bubble because I do love my bubbles. You can have, like all my grandchildren, I just have to think of their names, and in my mind's eye, I can see them all going bing, 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 in their little bubbles. So you can do it for other people as well. You know? Is there any more to be said today, my dear?
Well, I thought about maybe pulling a card out for the follow. Well, for the next one.
That would be interesting. Well, I don't like it. Well, look at my cards in front of me. Right, have you got yours?
I've got mine. So what I'll do, she'll give you a card, and I'll give you a card. This is basically, I'm getting out of my comfort zone here.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go. You go first.
My intention is for a pick a card for all those who have been watching.
For the whole collective, yeah. For
whole collective. For this next coming week. So, here we go. The intention is this one. Ho, ho, ho! Wow! Can you all see that?
Oh, yeah.
It's the courage card. The courage card. So please, everybody, it says be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. That's a brilliant card to be taken out this week.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay.
You know, the tension is we all have to have a bit of courage this next week and stand up for what you believe in. Don't follow like sheep, as I said 5 minutes ago. Believe in what you believe in. Stand up for what you want for you and what you want for your family, what you want for this world. Stand up for it. Say what you want to say. And say it from the heart. Believe in yourself and have that courage and say it from the heart. Absolutely. God bless.
Yeah. And what's really interesting, I got family culture.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Learn more about your family's stories and history. So basically, what I'm taking from that card is it coincides with Gladys's card. So protect yourself and your family. Take what resonates with you, but also it says research your family, but family is your whole collective. We're all a whole collective. We're all family. We're all brothers. We're all sisters. Do your research. Take what resonates with you. Really, really important. And do not fall to the wolves. We are not sheep. We are not sheep. Okay? And the wolves to me out there is the big wide world. Okay? The big wide world. Look after you. Look after your family. And do not let fear, panic, anxiety take over your being. Do not. It's really, really important. Really, really important. I was a person that lived in fear, that lived in panic, that had constant high anxiety. It was incredible. And it took a lot. My body was beginning to go into shutdown. I was getting really, really ill because I was letting my emotions, I was letting the fear, I was letting the anxiety, I was letting everything and everybody take over me as a whole. And in turn, it does affect you. It does affect
your
family.
It does. You've got to protect yourself and be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So have the courage, is the card I picked. Have the courage to be true to yourself. Have the courage to say, look, well, I don't believe in this, and I maybe didn't understand it, but that's not my beliefs. Mm-hmm. You know, we've all got our own beliefs on things, you know, and it's having the courage to say your beliefs.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't agree with something that somebody's saying, maybe you don't agree with what myself and Gladys is saying, that's okay. That's okay.
That's right. There's no right, there's no wrong.
No,
we have all got free choice and free will, and that is what we were given.
No judgment, and be mindful. No judgment, and you can't take a horse to water and make it drink.
No, you can't. You can't.
Just got to say, okay, I respect your opinion, but I still love you at the end of the day.
That's right. And I think that's a good place to finish.
Yes, I think so. Don't you?
Yes, I do. Because we do love you all out there, and we do appreciate and love you for taking your time and watching us yabble on for over an hour. You know, and we do. We love each and every one of you. So blessings and love and light to you all.
Love and light to you, and stay strong, cleanse your energy, be aware of your thoughts, and just have love and compassion for the people out there at the moment, because it's really important.
It is. Love and compassion to all in one. So, from me, goodbye. And from lovely Kerry there, bye-bye.
Bye.
We need you to subscribe.
Oh, yes. Please subscribe. If you're new to this channel, we would absolutely love it if you would subscribe and get the word out. And also,
ring that bell.